And now, the starting lineup for your Unfinished Business podcast. At guard, standing a mere 5'10", 6 foot on a good day, from Culver Stockton College. His basketball skill is just as good as he is with the ladies. Shoots his shot and he misses. Braden Collins. And at forward, standing 6'1", from Quincy University. His 2 minutes per game is longer than his performance in the bedroom. Gregory, the Crimson Chin, Kane. And the coach for Unfinished Business is non-existent, which is why it is run so poorly. Hello again, and welcome to another episode of Unfinished Business, where the rules are made up, and we don't make good enough points for it to matter.
No, and we really don't.
I'm Braden. We got Gregory over here to my right. And it's another episode where we talk about the NCAA tournament. We are talking about the Elite Eight today, going into the predictions for the Final Four.
And before we get into any of that, the big news out of college basketball today, we should probably talk about. Roy Williams retires from college basketball. Kind of a little shocker in a way. I know he has had his recent battles with some health problems, specifically cardiac and stress-related stuff, but still a little bit of a surprise to me, at least.
Coaching that team this year would have given me some stress, too.
Well, I mean, I'm surprised Coach K didn't retire after the year they had.
Ain't that true?
But Roy Williams retires, 3 national championships, 15 years at Kansas, 18 at UNC, a winning percentage of 774 and 903 and 264. So, I mean, you can't say he didn't have a legendary career. You can't say he wasn't a great coach, but he would definitely be missed. And
3 national championships.
Yeah, and at this point, I think the biggest question is, will some of these players move on to different teams that were actually recruited to him?
Yeah.
And that's the big question I think a lot of UNC fans might have too, is, what recruits are still going to come to UNC and what recruits are going to leave? Yeah. And it's a valid question, and we will see. In my mind, come on over to Duke, the better team in North Carolina. But with that being said, we just kind of wanted to touch on Roy Williams and him retiring and just say, legendary career, he'll definitely be missed in college basketball.
Yeah, so, definitely.
With that, let's get into the tournament.
And first game that we're going to talk about here is going to be coming out of the West region. The first game is going to be the number 1 ranked Gonzaga Bulldogs going up against the number 6 ranked USC Trojans.
Yeah,
Gonzaga taking this one 85-66.
Yeah, the hottest team in basketball is hot no more. Gonzaga controlled this game from the tip. Like we said, they're the number 1 team in the country for a reason. I mean, we don't really want to see them win, but it's hard not to pick them as the favorite at this point, especially with some of the teams that won this past week or Monday, Tuesday.
Yeah.
But Jalen Suggs, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 8 assists. Drew Timme with another 23 points. And this team just looked fantastic.
Yeah.
Really controlled the game. USC was out of sync the entire game. Could not stop the offense. And do you want to talk about any of the team stats, Braden?
Yeah, I can jump into that. We've got Gonzaga shooting 50% from the field, shooting 33% from three-point land, and then you've got USC who shot 39% from the field and 27% from three-point land. But I think the real 2 key stats in this game were going to be the rebounds and the assists. Mm-hmm. So Gonzaga out-rebounded USC 38-27, but the key stat here is going to be the assists. Gonzaga out-assisting USC. Gonzaga had 21 assists, only to USC's 9.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, nine assists throughout an entire 40-minute game isn't going to give you very many wins.
That's not going to win you very many games. And with those rebounds that you talked about, how many of those were offensive for Gonzaga?
Gonzaga had 11.
Okay.
So nothing crazy.
Yeah, I mean, not a crazy amount, but you said it was 20... It was 38 to 27. Okay.
Yeah.
So, I mean, 11 rebounds, you could say, were the offensive, which, I mean, that's not the difference in the game by any means, but definitely plays a huge role. Gonzaga will move on to the Final Four, and in my mind, probably the national championship. But
Yeah, I mean, it's something else I found pretty interesting about this game. 14 bench points total between the two teams.
wow. Well,
Total.
and how honestly, how many of those were Gonzaga at this point?
10.
I mean, okay, so four bench
Yeah.
points for USC.
Yeah.
That alone should tell you how this game went.
We'll talk about some more surprising bench points from in future games.
God, I don't even want to know what some of these games.
Oh yeah, it's quite
But
interesting.
well, moving on from that game, because I mean, obviously, I think everybody. Well, I know I had USC winning by, or no, I still had Gonzaga winning by 10. So it was bigger than that. But we'll move on to the East region, where the first four UCLA Bruins upset the number 1 Michigan Wolverines.
Yeah.
51-49. So, I mean, very, very close game, very low-scoring game.
Yeah.
And, Johnny Juzang for UCLA with 28 points. The first double-digit seed to beat a number 1 and number 2 seed in the same tournament since LSU in 1986. And honestly, I think it's the first 4 team to make it to the Final Four. I think the last one was VCU. So,
okay.
So credit to them. And I honestly, I think I had Michigan by double digits.
Oh yeah, I did
in this game. So
yeah, because I think this is the one that I said 15 and you said 16.
I think so. I want to say that's true because
good for UCLA.
Yeah, and here's the thing. Michigan, and I this is one of the games I was not able to watch too much of compared to the other ones, but from what I did watch, Michigan seems way out of sync, like just completely out of sync the entire game. I'd love to know what they shot because I'm assuming it was pretty poorly from what I saw.
Well, here I'll give you the field goal percentage and the 3-point percentage for each team.
Oh Lord!
So UCLA 39% from the field.
Oh, that's great.
UCLA 3-point percentage 23%.
Even better.
Michigan field goal percentage 39%. Michigan 3-point percentage 27%.
Hey, you gotta make your threes. How's the free throws? That's the real question.
Yeah, this came down to Michigan not being able to hit their free throws.
What did Braden talk about last podcast?
I'm all about.
You gotta make your free throws. They're free.
UCLA, 85% shooting 6 of 7. You want to take a guess what Michigan was?
Well, I can see your screen.
We'll just take a guess without having to.
I would say they lost by 2. They were probably like 60%.
No.
Okay.
They were close. 6 of 11.
Oh, nice.
For 54%.
54% from free throw lines, folks.
Yeah.
54% is not going to win.
And the thing
games.
is they shoot the same percentage from the field. They shoot a better 3-point percentage. They out-rebound. They out-offensive rebound. They out-defensive rebound. They have the same number of assists, same number of steals. They have more blocks. They have more turnovers.
No, I mean, yeah.
And they have less fouls. So if
they
they
lose the game.
If they make 3 free throws and they just knock that up to being a little over 80% or a little under 80%, that's
well, and I mean, better yet, let's just say they make 2 more and they the game's at least tied going into the last possession where somebody has to make a last second shot or go to overtime. You don't know what's going to happen.
And we were also talking about Wagner, who had a decent game last week.
Oh, do I even want to know how he played?
I
did not look up his stats.
He had 4 points.
Oh, nice.
He had 8 rebounds, and he had 2 assists.
Well, I mean, at least he rebounded the ball.
I mean, their leading scorer was their center at 11 points.
Yeah, that's not going to win you too many games. And I mean, I know that they've been struggling without their starting point guard that they're missing. So I mean, I know that they're missing a key player from their team, but you're in the Elite Eight. You got to make it work. And credit to UCLA. I mean, playing great basketball. Unfortunately, they go up against Gonzaga next round, where it's going to be very tough. So
you know what I think that UCLA is going to need?
A miracle?
No. Scoring off the bench. You know how many points they had from their bench in this game?
2.
0.
Holy you know what? Yeah, that's
0 points off the bench from a winning team.
Can I just say that's incredible that you don't have any points off your bench?
Mm-hmm.
I mean, did anybody come in the game off the bench?
Yes.
Okay, I was just making sure.
They didn't make any points though.
Oh my!
I'll tell you that.
They probably fouled.
They probably
Maybe got a couple assists, but well,
Yeah.
let's move on from them because we're gonna get stuck on this whole bench topic. But yeah, that's incredible, actually. I did not know that,
Yeah.
and I watched a little bit of that game, so that's actually impressive.
Yeah. 0.
I
bench
mean, then
points.
again, when you score 51 points, I mean,
Yeah.
that's not. I can tell you what they're gonna need for next round is some scoring because you ain't gonna win if you score 51 points against Gonzaga.
That's very true.
You're gonna need to score at least 70.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, if you want to beat Gonzaga, you need to score at least 70.
Yeah, so why don't we go ahead and jump over to the next region? We'll go ahead and go to the South. Talk about the number 1 seeded Baylor Bears going up against the number 3 seeded Arkansas Razorbacks. And Baylor taking this one 81-72.
Yeah, I think it's Macchio. I don't know how to pronounce his first
Macchio.
name. Macchio, whatever. Teague
Yep.
with 22 points to lead Baylor. And I will tell you what, Baylor definitely looked like the better team in this game overall. They just about let Arkansas back in the game. I want to say
I'll give you a good reason why they didn't win the game, but you go ahead.
Well, I mean, I'm sure you can probably give me plenty of reasons why Arkansas didn't win this game, but I want to say that it was a double-digit lead for Baylor early in that game, and then Arkansas went on a run, and I'm pretty sure tied it up in the near the first half or shortly into the second half. But again, Baylor was the better team. I
Yeah.
mean, there was no doubt about it. In my mind, we've talked about this before. I mean, yeah, Arkansas made the Elite Eight. Credit to them. But we've talked about it. We didn't really think Arkansas was they got seeded way too high.
Yeah.
So I mean, hey, they still made it to the Elite Eight. It definitely surprised me. But up against Baylor, who's a number 1 seed, the final score was what it should be.
Yeah.
In my mind.
Yeah. So going over some shooting splits here. Both teams actually shot 48% from the field. So very going back to the last couple of games that we've talked about, both were relatively close when it comes to shooting percentages.
Mm-hmm.
3-point percentage, Arkansas shot 27 or Arkansas shot 27%.
over there?
No, not. Let me try that again. Arkansas shot
There you go.
27% from 3. Baylor shot 53%.
I mean,
So there's a good reasoning good partial reasoning as to why Baylor wins the game. Also,
what did Arkansas shoot again?
27.
Okay. Well, and I mean, we talked about it. Baylor's perimeter defense is quite possibly one of the best in the country. So,
Yeah.
now I watched the majority of this game, and I will say that Arkansas missed some wide open threes.
And,
So, yeah,
talking about that good perimeter defense, 15 turnovers for Arkansas compared to the 8 that Baylor had.
And I mean, yeah, it was an 11-point win, but
Yeah.
you could easily say, those turnovers.
Yeah.
They may have played a role into this game, and I say that they probably did.
Yeah.
What about the bench scoring that you've been on this week?
Well, Baylor had 25 points off the bench.
Okay, well, hey, credit to them.
Arkansas had 16.
Oh, well,
But hold on.
okay, okay.
14 of those points came from J.D. Note. 14 points, 1 assist off the bench. You want to take a guess how many minutes he played?
14 points, 1
Yep.
assist. He had 10 minutes.
He had 15.
Okay, well, I mean,
15 total minutes,
and he scored.
and he scored 14 points. You might be thinking, why didn't he play more?
Probably fouled out.
He did.
How about I say?
He picked up his 4th foul with 13 minutes left in the second half.
Actually, I remember this.
Yeah.
Because he came off the bench and provided such a huge spark to Arkansas. I think he was the one who actually led them in that comeback.
Yeah.
And then he fouled out. I think it was with 8 minutes
Yeah.
left
There was a lot of time
in the
left on
second
clock.
in the second half. And I remember it because he threw his headband off and just sat down and put his hoodie on.
Yeah. I mean, you got to stay in the game.
What else are you gonna do when you foul out of it? When you foul out of an Elite Eight game, take your team to the Final Four.
Yeah.
But yeah, once he left the game, I'll be honest, Baylor took over again.
Yeah.
But the reason why I looked at you about the bench scoring was, what was the final score?
It was 81-72.
Okay, so okay, 9 points. Sorry, never mind.
Yeah, not quite the.
Not quite the 11. that it was outscored. Wait, was it 11?
16, 25, 9.
So 9. Okay, so again, bench scoring.
Bench scoring.
That's who won the game.
Well, we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump
bench
down
scoring
to
and free throw. That's what we're all about in this podcast.
Yep. We're going to jump down to the Midwest, and we're going to talk about the
Houston
number
defeats
12 Oregon State Beavers going up against the number
Yeah.
2 seeded Houston Cougars.
Yeah, and I will say Houston won this game 67-61. Dejan Jarrell with 10 points, 8 rebounds, 8 assists. And what I really want you to look up is how many offensive rebounds did Houston have? Because I'm not kidding. When I watched this game, that's all I saw was offensive rebound after offensive rebound.
Okay.
So I would love to know how many they actually had.
We'll get into that here in a second. I'm going to play a little game here.
Oh God.
We're going to play a little game here. Don't look at the computer screen.
With me?
Yes.
Okay.
Don't look at the computer screen.
I did watch the majority of this game, so
Okay.
I will tell
I'm
you.
going to read you the shooting splits, and I want you to tell me
the shooting
shooting percentage from the field, the shooting
Okay.
percentage from 3, the number of rebounds, and their free throw percentage. I want you to tell me which team you think was the winner. Okay?
You mean which team had more in that category?
No. I'm gonna read you the splits from both sides. Like I'll read all of one, and then I'll read all of the second one. I'll give you Team A and Team B, and I want you to tell me if you think that Team A was the one that won or Team B was the one that won.
Okay.
So Team A shot 32% from the field, had 34% from 3, got 38 rebounds, and shot 67% from the free throw line.
Okay.
Team B shot 47% from the field, so 15 percentage points better. 38% from 3, which is 8 percentage points better. Had 27 rebounds, which is 11 worse, and shot 55% from the free throw line, which was 12 percentage points worse.
Yeah.
So Team A or Team B?
I will be honest, based on shooting percentage, I should say Team B, but I watched this game and I know Team A was the one who won because Houston had way more rebounds than Oregon State.
Yeah.
So
Houston-
I mean, I'm
Houston
gonna say Team A,
Yeah.
but based on those stats, to be honest, I would have picked Team B because if I did not watch this game, I would have just not realized that the rebounds played a huge factor. But I guarantee you, the rebound margin,
18 offensive rebounds.
was due to the offensive rebounds.
Yeah.
And of those, I could be very wrong on this, but a lot of those led to second chance opportunities that they scored on.
Yeah. I mean,
And I could be very wrong about that, but they had a ton of offensive rebounds.
how many times are you going to be outshot by 15% from the field and outshot by 4% from 3 and still win a game?
And credit to Oregon State. They still stayed in this game and had it. You could say they had a chance of winning it. But getting dominated on the offensive boards, you're not going to win too many games.
I'm not giving any credit to Oregon State. You know why?
55% free throws.
They lost by 5. They missed 9 free throws.
That's true.
They shot 55% from the free throw line.
Come on.
They did have bench scoring.
They're a 12 seed, I think. So
They had bench scoring. I will give them that.
there you go.
They had 23 or 27 points off the bench.
Hey, that away Oregon State. You still lost, but hey, credit.
They had 27 points off the bench.
How many
However,
did Houston have?
8.
Okay, well.
But they also had a starter put up 20. They had a starter put up
Yeah.
18. They also had another one put up 10.
And I tell you what, they're going up against Baylor. They better have some better shooting performance because you're not going to win against Baylor if you shoot like that.
Yeah. Well, something else that I found rather interesting, same as the game with Arkansas, but this guy didn't foul out. Maurice Kalu, 13 points, 5 rebounds off the bench in 13 minutes.
Interesting.
My thought process is obviously, if you're going with a hot hand, obviously different circumstances you put in different players, but 13 points in 13 minutes and having 5 rebounds on top of that, how is he not playing more while you're down?
That's true. How many fouls did he end up with?
1.
So yeah, I would have thought that he'd be playing a little bit more than that.
1.
Unless he scored, and obviously I don't know this, but unless he scored a lot of those points in garbage time.
Well, he outscored the entire team. He outscored every starter.
Yeah,
so why is he not playing more? You have starters that were played 33 minutes, had 8 points, were 4 for 9. 31 minutes was 3 for 7. 36 and was 3 for 12.
Yeah.
But then again, you've got your guy coming off the bench shooting 4 of 7, 2 of 4 from 3, by the way. 13 minutes, 13 points.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And 3 of 5 from the free throw line.
Well, and I'll be honest, I mean, I did catch a lot of this game, but I didn't catch probably enough of it to really notice that he played that much or that little, I guess. But I will say that overall, Oregon State, because he played for Oregon State, right?
Yes.
Okay. So overall, Oregon State really did not look in sync the entire game. And I mean, obviously you could say that's because Houston kind of just dominated the boards to where Oregon State was trying to do something.
Yeah.
But in my mind, it was only a 6-point win for Houston, but honestly, it should have been worse.
Yeah.
It really should have been. And especially with that big of rebound discrepancy, you would hope it was worse.
So, yeah. I mean, but going on, sticking with the Oregon State topic here, did you happen to hear what happened with Oregon State at the end of their game?
I did not.
Okay,
I'm
so
gonna be honest, I did not.
put yourself in the mind of a player right now. Okay,
Okay.
The buzzer goes off. You end up losing. You lose your chance of going to the Final Four. Even better, we'll put you as a senior. It's your last opportunity to advance to the Final Four, possibly win a national championship. The farthest that your team has won, the farthest that your team has gone for quite a while, or your school.
Yeah, a long while.
So
yeah,
you have all these different emotions, and you just want to go back to the hotel. You just want to go to bed, get some sleep, and wake up the next morning and go back to school. Okay. Well, that didn't happen.
What the hell happened to this?
NBC. There's a report from NBC Sports that Oregon State was kicked out of their hotel. Their game was finished somewhere around 10:15, 10:30.
Yeah, at night.
They get back to their hotel room.
And they're kicked out of the hotel?
They're kicked out of their hotel room, or out of their hotel rooms. They were told by the NCAA that they needed to get out of their hotel rooms and that they were supposed to be on a 1:15 a.m. flight back to Eugene, Oregon.
And I could be wrong about this. Was this due to because didn't all the teams play in Indy for this last round? Because I was going to say the only thing I could think of is they were trying to get all the teams into the hotel rooms, but yeah, because I know the first couple rounds were like in different parts of Indiana, but so that's really weird.
Yep,
I don't get that.
They were kicked out of their hotel room.
Well, I guess here's the question: Where's the women's tournament being taking place at?
I couldn't tell you.
Because I wonder if maybe that might have been the reasoning, and I don't know.
Still,
where the women's
let them sleep.
Yeah, at least let them.
They literally just had their dreams smashed, and then you're gonna go up to their hotel room, tell them that they need to get out, and they have to get on a flight to go home at 1:15 a.m.
That's ridiculous. I mean, at least let them stay the night, get some sleep, and then just leave the next morning, like at 9 a.m. or something. I did not hear about that. That's crazy.
You can't even use the excuse of, the NCAA is trying to save money. It's 1:15 in the morning. They're not saving money because they've already paid for that hotel room for that night.
Oh, exactly. Well,
and the only other excuse would be as if they were trying to get their numbers down, but all of their teams are already there.
Yeah,
Oregon State has already been COVID tested. Everybody knows that they don't have anybody. Well, I mean, you don't know, but everybody has been tested. There's no positive test. So why are you kicking them out to go on a 1:15 a.m. flight to go back to Eugene, Oregon, when there's no real reasoning behind it? And I know that the NCAA has gotten a lot of backlash for it since then,
as they should.
And their reasoning was due to numbers, but everybody has kind of taken that as an excuse and have really just kind of
huge excuse.
Kept up with the ordeal of the NCAA is just the NCAA, and they do whatever they want. They're the most corrupt organization in American sports.
The number thing is a huge excuse because you can't tell me that they're gonna go and say, okay, this team needs to be out of their hotel because of I'm assuming COVID numbers, correct? Mm-hmm. Okay, then why the hell are you even having the tournament where you started with 68 teams? You can't tell me it's because of numbers.
Yeah, you can't tell me that the
That's-
4 teams that
that's
were in that
ridiculous.
hotel. If all 4 teams were even in that hotel, number one, because I don't know if they all were.
Yeah, I don't know either.
You can't tell me that they didn't have more teams in that hotel while the whole round, while the whole like they were posting the whole round.
100%.
Because there's no way.
Yeah. Well, and not just that, but they already said that everyone has to. I'm pretty sure every single player has to either have their own separate room, or it's like they have to share it with someone else.
Yeah.
Which in that case, why does taking one team out matter? I don't get that at all.
Yeah.
And especially like you said, the way you check out of hotels, they already paid for that day.
Yeah.
So telling them they have to be on a flight at 1:15 in the morning makes no sense. That they need to leave that hotel immediately.
Yeah, I think it honestly
Makes
just
no sense.
It goes back to just showing that the NCAA is one of the most, if not the most, corrupt organization in sports in the United States.
Yeah, and honestly, going off of that, and I haven't paid much attention to this, but going off the corrupt thing, there actually is a lawsuit out right now. I think the Supreme Court is actually hearing it about the college athlete things.
Yeah.
About, do they deserve to be making money off their name? And in all honesty, I think I need to actually start paying attention to this because I in my mind, you can disagree about athletes being paid, but here's my thing: you're going to college, the school's making money off of you.
Yeah.
They're making money off of your name. They're making money off the way you play. In my mind, you might as well pay them.
And my thing is speaking of like the monetary side of all that, just looking back at Oregon State, how much money did Oregon State just make the NCAA for playing in that Elite Eight game?
Exactly.
And not necessarily.
Exactly.
I mean, granted, any school would have been. If any other school was in that circumstance and they were in that game, they would have made the same amount of money for the NCAA.
Yeah,
I'm not saying
yeah.
Oregon State made them a lot more money,
but that's how you're going to treat a team who
Yeah.
is making your organization money. Kick them out of their hotel that night and send them on a plane at 1:15 in the morning.
Yeah, and they got
That's
back.
ridiculous.
They got back into Oregon at like 4.
That's insane. I'm sorry, but
Yeah.
it is. And
That's super unclassy. Super. I mean, unthoughtful.
maybe that just needs to be one of our podcast topics at some point. Like, it maybe just go live and get questions from other people, but talk about the corruptness in sports. Like, not just NCAA. I mean, there's definitely other sports that do not pay their athletes enough, and
some that pay them too much,
and some that pay them an awful amount.
Yeah.
And we'll get into that also. But
yeah. But anyway.
Going off of there, let's go to our predictions.
Yeah,
The
going to the
fun
Final
time
Four.
where Greg just gets everything wrong. So
I got one wrong last time. I know you got the Houston game wrong, and you got the Michigan game wrong.
I got 2.
Yeah.
I think I picked Oregon State by 2.
Yeah, you said Oregon State. I said Houston.
Yeah.
By the way, I'm pretty sure I was pretty close with Houston too.
Yeah, I think
pretty
so.
sure. But anyway,
Yeah, I think you said by 10.
I don't think I said 10. I think I said like 7.
I don't know.
But either way,
We'll have to go back to the old video and look at it.
Yeah. So first matchup of the Final Four, at least bracket wise, we're going to look at is going to be Gonzaga against UCLA.
You want me to take this one first?
Yeah, go ahead.
Gonzaga by 19.
Really?
Yep, Gonzaga by 19. I don't see UCLA competing in this game, personally.
Yeah.
I hate to say that. I hate to really put UCLA down, but I do not see Gonzaga even being tested in this game. To be honest,
I went ahead and looked at like the averages for their shooting numbers and their turnover statistics and things along those lines. Gonzaga's better in every category.
Yeah,
literally every category. I think the only one where they weren't better was, I want to say it was steals, and it was by 1.
Which, okay,
yeah. So
I
I think that UCLA puts up a little bit of a fight. I still think that Gonzaga wins by 12. I think it's a low stress level 12. Like, it's more of a...
Well, okay.
It was up to like a 15 to 20 point lead, and then
let me change my prediction here. And the reason I want to change my prediction is because they're going to put their bench players in. So I'm going to say 15.
I'm saying
Gonzaga by 15 because they're going to be up by like 20, and they're going to put in their bench players in garbage time to give them an experience of the Final Four because they may not play in the championship game, and we'll do that. So I'm gonna say 15. I'm gonna change mine to 15.
I'm sticking at 12.
Okay.
Um,
But I think both of us I think we both agree. UCLA, your time is done in the Final Four.
Yeah. Cinderella story's over.
I mean, congratulations. You won as many games as the championship winner is going to win. But
yeah, that's true.
Your time's done. So.
Yeah. So looking at the other matchup in the Final Four is going to be the number 1 seeded Baylor. Yeah. Bears going up against the number 2 seeded Houston Cougars.
Yeah.
Right?
I think it's Cougars.
I've said it like 5 times.
Yeah,
I just some reason can't remember. Yeah, Cougars.
Yeah, can we first off, before we get into this game, can we just say that like our cool mascot names,
they're all gone.
They're all gone.
Bulldogs, Bruins.
Yeah.
Baylor. Or Baylor Bears.
Baylor Bears.
Cougars.
Come on now.
Where are the Oral Robert Golden Eagles?
Yeah. Heck yeah. I miss those.
Where's
the Ramblers?
That too.
Loyola Chicago Ramblers.
The
Mean Green.
The North Texas Mean Green. Dude, we need to do like an all tournament. Best number.
Yeah, we should have done that.
Yeah, Drake's the Bulldogs.
Okay, well, getting off the topic now. Baylor against Houston. I'll go first.
The Lopes. Sorry.
Oh my gosh, you're still on this. Okay, we'll do that some other time. But in this game, I mean, I think it's going to be a little closer than the other one is. I personally have Baylor by 5.
Okay. Another one's the Bonnies, by the way.
Oh my gosh.
Okay, go ahead.
Baylor by 5.
Is that all you're going to say about it?
Here's my thing with this game. If Houston comes out and shoots the same way they did for, honestly, their last several games.
Yeah. That low 30.
The only way that I see Houston staying in this game and possibly winning it is if they can still do what they did in the last couple of games in the offensive board.
Yeah, rebound.
That is going to be their only chance. And personally, I don't see them doing it against a team like Baylor.
Yeah.
Will they maybe win the offensive rebound? What's the word I'm looking for?
Possibly.
Well, no. Like, will they win the offensive rebound, like, numbers, I guess? I don't know what I'm looking for. Stat. Yeah, there we go.
Okay.
Probably against Baylor, but I still don't see them winning this game overall. I don't think they're going to shoot well enough from the floor. I don't think they're going to shoot well enough from the free throw line, honestly. They do have quite possibly one of the best defenders in the country. Houston does. He was all their conference is American, I believe. He was Defensive Player of the Year into the American Conference. I believe they play in the American Conference. And I watched him play on the last game, and very impressive. But I don't think it's going to matter.
Yeah.
Personally, I have Baylor by 5.
Yeah, I mean, Baylor here is going to be the better shooting team. Houston's going to be the better rebounding team. They're both good defensive teams. I think the thing that kind of pulls Baylor apart from Houston here is going to be the fact that Baylor has that their backcourt is just so defensive minded, is so feisty. I think they make Houston's shooting numbers go even farther down than what they already were. But I do agree with you that it's going to be a closer game than what a lot of people think. Just the rebounding numbers, and I think is really going to keep it close. I think Baylor's going to win by 4.
Okay.
And I think that there's going to be some missed free throws late by Baylor that are really going to kind of make the game a lot crazier than what it really should be.
Which, hey, I'm all for a crazy Final Four game. Yeah. I really am. But
I mean, because we're not going to get one from UCLA and Gonzaga.
No.
Doubtful, at least.
Hey, and if we're wrong about that, believe me, I will be the first to be ecstatic. But
yeah, he'll be the first to post it in our group on Facebook.
I will. I mean, and yeah, I'll be the first to post that bad boy that Gonzaga lost. I don't see it happening in this game, and honestly, at this point, I don't see it happening at all.
Yeah.
But we'll get into that on the next video.
Yeah, but I'm thinking Baylor wins by 4. I think it's going to be Gonzaga Baylor.
Yeah, which in a way really irritates me because that's what people had at the beginning of the year. And it's just like, I don't want it to happen, but at this point, it's hard to pick against either one of those teams.
Yeah.
It really is.
It's really uneventful to have a 1 seed going up against a 1 seed in the national championship game.
I mean, it is.
It would have been better if Illinois was there as a 1 seed. Then I would have a different mindset about it. But having a whole 1 seed against a 1 seed, I mean, give me something. Give me a little variety. Give me a 3 or like a,
I mean, hey, we could get an 11.
We could get an 11.
We could get an 11. Will it happen? The chances are probably 0.0000001%.
I'll give him the point. I'll give him like a 5% chance.
Okay, if Gonzaga's whole starting five get COVID before the game,
No, 5% chance.
I mean, that's the only way I see UCLA
5%
winning
chance.
this game. Okay, I mean, but with that being said, let's go ahead and wrap this bad boy
Wrap it up. All right. So make sure that you like the video, subscribe to the channel, make sure you ring that bell so that way you get notifications when we post videos, and if we ever go live, you'll get that notification so that way you can pop into the chat, shoot us some questions, kind of give us some grief here and there about different things that we're saying.
Oh yeah, give us some beef. I mean, today I had a nice little exchange with one of our fans on our Facebook page about Germany and USA soccer. Completely off topic from basketball, but I had a nice little exchange, and we like that. Interact with us. Let us know when we're idiots. Let us know when we're proving a good point. In this manner, it was definitely friendly banter. Let's put it that way. So
yeah, keeping on that point, make sure you do stay engaged with us on Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, whatever social media you can think of, we've got it. So we've got the links on our Facebook page.
We do not have Tinder, so don't try to find us on there.
We don't have Tinder. Maybe we should do that. Just a little, you know what I'm talking about?
Let's not say we did.
Okay, whatever.
Yeah, so.
Whatever.
Go ahead.
So, yeah, keep sending in those questions. Keep sending us messages about what you want to see, what you would like for us to talk about. And with all of that said, make sure you tune in to future episodes of, we're going to have our next Final Four video. We're going to have our podcast our normal podcast we're going to be recording on Saturday.
And we may try to go live. We may play around with that, see what we do. Yeah. So it might be recorded still. We might go live, but we'll let you guys know on Facebook.
A little sneak peek about what we're going to be talking into. We've got the Masters coming up. We've got the NASCAR dirt track race that just happened last week.
Yeah. So, I mean, we're definitely going to hit some golf topics.
We're talking about a little baseball with opening day being today.
Yeah. So I'm down to talk some baseball again.
A fun, full, action-packed episode.
Yeah. Hopefully we don't go too long, but, if we do, oh well. I'm all about it. So, it's a Saturday night. Kick back, drink a few cold ones.
You know what I think about that?
It's a slam dunk.
Slam dunk.
Heck yeah. There we go.
There we go.
All right. With that being said, guys, we will see you next time.
Thanks, guys.
3 seconds at midcourt. Jenkins gives it to Jenkins for the championship.